The Pfaff Ambition 610 sewing machine comes with 6 different styles of buttonholes. Now I know some people shy away from anything with buttonholes because they're not comfortable doing them. But I'm going to show you other ways that you can do buttonholes for more of a decorative use, not just for clothing. And then also how to use the included buttonhole foot. But before I want to get started, I want to show you what we did with our Pfaff Stitching Cosmos online course. One of the things that we do is we talk about buttons, sewing on buttons, and then doing buttonholes. But we actually do it so we can weave ribbon through them as something decorative. Now I have to show you this because I'm pretty proud of myself. I was stitching this particular block. It was on a Sunday, I do remember, because all I had in my stash was ribbon that was 1/4 inch. And I really didn't, it was just too narrow for what we were working with. So I took the ribbon, 2 ribbons and a piece of stabilizer, and I did a decorative stitch and sewed 2 ribbons together so it was wide enough for what I wanted. And every time I look at this block, it makes me happy. So when you want buttonholes to all turn out the same length, all you need to do is, especially if you have a button for that particular length, is to take the foot. When you look at it, there is a number 5 on it. When you pick a buttonhole, let's start with stitch number 19. I know there's 18, but that's a little narrower one. Stitch number 19 is kind of like a standard size. So it says foot number 5. If it doesn't say that, touch the I for information, so that information pops up. It wants us to use stabilizer. Feed dogs are engaged, but there's no IDT. So I am going to go right now and disengage that IDT from the back of the machine. Tension. We're going to remove or reduce the tension down to 3. So anytime it says between 2 and 4, I like a happy middle of 3. That's going to help pull the stitches to the back side and make them look nice and professional. Next, take the button or ribbon size that you are using and open up the back of the foot. So that's in the back part here. You'll hear that click, click, click. Set the button. Or, as I did for that quilt block, I placed my ribbon just to give it an idea of how big I needed it. And then when you attach this foot to the machine, you are going to notice that the button will be way out here on the back side, and it's going to attach like this. Remove the foot you have on, set the buttonhole foot underneath, and lower it in place until it clicks and touches onto the foot. The last thing you have to do for it to track how big of a button is back here is there is a lever right behind your needle threader. So reach behind, it's like magic, pull it down from the little ceiling, and it has even a picture of a buttonhole on it. But that lever is going to track between those 2 white spaces here and let the machine do the exact size of buttonhole for the size of button that we have in place. So it is going to stitch away from us. So you will want to have your starting points marked, knowing that it's going to go back to create the buttonhole. The first time you do a buttonhole, this thread is going to be on the top of your foot. If you want, you can just hold on to it, do a couple of stitches. I'm going to just use my start-stop button, take a few stitches, and then cut the thread out of the way. And then once you do one whole buttonhole and you pull it out, those threads will be tucked underneath the foot like you're used to seeing them. So what we're going to notice is that it's going to stitch all the way back with a straight stitch, and then zigzag back over it. That's the left leg of the buttonhole. And then it's going to do it again, straight stitch back, this time with the tack at the top and then the right leg. And notice that both those satin stitches are coming the same direction, so they're going to look nice and even. That last tack and locking stitches, and it stops by itself. So if you had your foot on the foot control, it would stop. Just make sure you keep sewing until it's complete. Then when you lift it up and slide it out, you have the perfect buttonhole. If you want to do it again, just slide it in, line up your needle for where you want that first stitch to be taken, and you're going to have the exact same buttonhole whether you need 2 or 100. Take a look at our Stitching Cosmos online course information in the links below this YouTube video. There's even 10 videos that you can watch for free to see if this online course is right for you.